want to talk about living with PNES. Now, PNES is non-epileptic psychogenic events, which is another name for it. And people that have these events, like I have them, okay? I'll come out and say them. I have PNES. Now, what it is it is a seizure. And people that live with this, it's very hard for us because we're so scared of what people think when we're having them. That uneducated people will think, oh no, so they're non-epileptic, so that means you're faking them. No, not at all. And real professionals will tell you that PNES is not an event that people fake. And it's very hard with people with PNES because there is no medicine for it. The only treatment for PNES is therapy. And I've been going to therapy all my life because of stuff that's happened in my past. But it seems not to, mine's not controlled. I have at least 2 a month, But technically, it turns out it is controlled in the seizure community. And to bring that up, I want to talk about symptoms of PNES. A person with PNES can have the same exact symptom as epilepsy. Lights can cause them to have seizures. A person will soil themselves when they have it. Basically all the same things that an epileptic person would have. So if you have someone that has PNES and they're having an event, treat it the same as you would epilepsy. Because the person it's all the same. All it is it's psychogenic. Now, the brain is a very, very, complex thing. And a lot of people also with PNES also have epilepsy. I mean, not all of them. I'm just saying that there are studies that people with PNES also, some have epilepsy. The ones that have it as often as I would, or someone that would have it 2-3 times a month. It's very hard to catch. Sometimes they catch, they don't see anything a lot of the times on the results, so they assume it's PNES. Now, I am going to a specialist in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and he's a very good doctor. Now, I want to draw out that people with PNES, red flags, not to say they're bad, I'm just saying that these fellow red flags for people with PNES. If a person has suffered a traumatic event in their life, say, for my case, sexual abuse, but I also suffered all the abuse types. But this isn't about me. But a person with PNES would say the doctor, the neurologist is looking at the file, and they see this person suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. That's a red flag. This person has suffered abuse in their life. Another red flag. Because the brain stores traumatic events, such as a person that was sexually or violently abused. The brain blocks out memories of that event. And what it's doing is it stores it. So whenever a person is in an environment where they're stressed out or has PNS and they're in an environment where they're stressed out, their stress level goes up, they're going to have a seizure. Not all the time, but most of the time. That's why it's good to identify things that make a person with PNS stressed. Like me, I finally found out I always have had anxiety of closed-in spaces, of a lot of people in one little area. So I try to avoid those situations. And if I can't, like going to Walmart is really hard for me. Excuse me. So I found out going with a friend or a family member helps lower the stress level so you don't have one. It's very important if people with PNES also have symptoms of knowing when they're going to have one sometimes. Same as people with epilepsy. So anyhow, that it's a non-epileptic event does not mean it's not any less important or dramatic as a person with epilepsy. Because this person will suffer all the same effects. Now, since we got the scientific part out of the way, if you have a friend with PNES or you suffer with PNES, a lot of us feel our jobs, sometimes with jobs, or a place, a work environment, you feel, oh, I'm going to have a seizure and it's not epileptic, I can be fired. I checked on this for you guys. The ADA, American Disability Association, and I talked to a guy from that organization. I will list the number below if you want to check it out for yourself. This guy says that it covers all types of seizures, even PNES, because PNES is a psychogenic event which is uncontrollable, which we do not cause, which is covered by a lot of abuse history, so it's covered under the American Disability Act. So no one can fine you or kick you out of a place for having PNES or any type of seizure. And it is very hard living with PNES. Knowing that I can have a seizure at any time or any moment, knowing that, you know, when I wake up and come to, because I do blink out, and it does take me a while, just like with a regular seizure, to get my memory back. PNES a lot of times looks like grand mal seizure, and I also have Stalin seizures, which is related to PNES also. So it is very interesting that you can have both types, just like regular epilepsy. And the thing I wanted to say, when I come out of one and I see an ambulance guy there, it's very hard for us. I don't know about everyone else, but to say when the ambulance guy said, well, what seizure medication do you take? I lie sometimes. I had to admit it. I lie because I'm afraid of them judging me, not understanding it, you know, because a lot of people don't even know what PNES is. And then when you say non-psychogenic event, they go, oh, pseudo-seizures, which means fake in the medical term. And it is not. So even the medical community resolves people from seeing pseudo-seizure because these are real events to us. These are events that are real. The people of these are not faking them at all. And I want to get that out there. And it's really hard when the ambulance comes because you're like, well, do I tell them the truth what these are or do I not? Because of this. And if you, it's probably best to tell the truth, but in some cases, you know, just me personally, I feel it's easier if they just think I just have epilepsy controlled in PNES. That way they treat me the same as anyone else with epilepsy. So anyhow, it can be really hard, and also if you have PNES and you live alone, I recommend that you contact Life Alert or LifeLink. They are a very good company. They're cheap. They're $30 a month. But if you live alone and you have seizures, even if they're non-epileptic, it's still dangerous. You can fall, you can hurt yourself. I've done it plenty of times. You know, there's danger to it. So if you feel one coming along and you are alone in your house, it's good to have this little button. Now, I wear this button all the time here. They give you a little life alert thing, and you press that button, and it sends an alarm to the ambulance people, and they come to your house and check on you. Now, it's not bad. I'm not trying to advertise for them, but I would recommend that you have some kind of safety net if you have PNES. And remember, if you have a friend or family member with PNES, please don't say fake to them, because it's very painful. Okay, this has been me with Pagan, and may the gods and goddesses bless you all.